While it's not raining, it just rained, as usual, for making a video. Anyway, this is an overview of the Lego room since I haven't made a video about the Lego room in around 2 years. Currently, it's in a disheveled or disheveled state because rebuilding the train layout. I have sets that are out of place or I want to move or stuff like that, and I need to clean and get everything back in order for after rebuilding the layout. But a good bit is kind of going on in the Lego room pertaining to Legos, so I guess I'll kind of go over that. You may hear it raining because it started raining again. Another issue going on with the Lego room is I've cut back on the number of Star Wars sets I've been purchasing. The current wave has a number of issues such as smaller sets, higher prices, and other stuff going on with it that you can kind of find online that people are kind of upset about. So I've not purchased a bunch of those, even though that some of them had either something in the set I wanted, or the set itself. But the issues have led me to not pick up the sets, and that's led to I've directed funds to other activities, so that cuts into the Lego budget. But yeah, would be nice if the sets were improved or um, didn't have the issues that they did or do. Something else I've done is add more shelves, either like this wall that got a complete set for a third row. This wall got it because the train track board was increased in size, so that gave me an extra board. And then I purchased another one to go and match up with the middle row that I now have. But then there's other places that I've kind of added in a shelf, and I'll show that. I added in this shelf because the sets below, or the sets in this area, were smaller, and I had this board lying around, so I was able to put it in this location, especially with the kind of that other board that's been there forever that doesn't fit. It's just resting on the other shelves, so that gave me some more space. And I've been trying to figure out how to now utilize it by finding what fits under it, because like the gunship's up there, and it normally was kind of right there, but I need to find a new location for it. Here's another example. I had this board, so I utilized it to stack the Millennium Falcons from the last 3 movies to create space in this section of Legos. You can see like I have that open spot down there. A lot of stuff was also crammed this way when I redid the layout, because I was using that blank space for storage for my locomotives, so I wouldn't have to box them up and I could keep them safe. I'm not sure if I ever had this in a video, but here's my rebrickable fleet that I relocated over here to gain space for where it used to be. It's kind of separated because there's a few of them still left down there that wouldn't fit over here, but this gave me extra room to put something somewhere else, or where these were. Something I did outside the Lego room after my wife finally helped build her Nightmare Before Christmas set was to create this display with some old LED bars that I had. I wanted to incorporate the Ghostbusters and the Upside Down in it, but the shelf was probably not big enough to have everything up there. Besides this, I have a couple other sets that are throughout the house, kind of on display. In the same room with the Halloween display, I have the Endurance. I got this when it came out, and that included the GWP. It looks good displayed like this, so if you have a nautical room, it would fit right in, because it kind of, from not up close to it, doesn't look Lego until you get up on it, or if you know what it is. In my den, I have the Jaws set and the ship in a bottle that are kind of chilling out. And then I have one more. It's kind of just put up right now. It was hanging on the wall, but I need to find a new place to hang it. But the Great Wave is chilling in the den as well. Something else besides drinking the bourbon in the Lego room is I've been combining sets. So I have the, what is this, Dark Trooper Attack set. I think I had an extra line around that my son may have got, so I combined it and made it into what you see. Got some extra Dark Troopers and built this mock. Another one is the Tantive 4 hallway, which is probably my favorite set. Captain Rex is kind of chilling in the front because he was actually on the top before I redid the shelves, and I haven't found a place for him. But this is 3 of the sets put together. I had 2 and then ended up going to get a 3rd to finish it out. But I have the Stormtroopers filing through the scene in there with everybody getting the battle from the movie. Some like offside hallway, and then on the back side I did a choking scene with Vader choking out Captain Antilles. Another one I did is the transport. I had one. I did some mods to it, and then I had I think another kit lying around, so I expanded it to be able to, or basically widen it, and I think it might be a little bit longer. You can see I can take that off, pull that up. You can see in there. I found online somebody that had a similar version, and that looking at what they did got me started, and then I was able to kind of figure out the rest on my own how I wanted, and then I ended up sourced some more Stormtroopers to fill out the complement. I even those pauldrons, those are made out of heavy paper and some kind of Sharpie marker or whatever I use to color them. They actually work pretty well to be able to do that. I can't think of anything else that I've modified lately. Just those 3 at the moment. An easy project for Lego was to build this shifter, which it's 2 of these storage bins that have the wheels. Went to Walmart, found 2 of them. They connect together so that the top 3 shelves would be a standalone unit or a separate unit from the bottom 3 shelves or drawers. Basically cut holes in the drawers, different sizes, starting with something really large and going on all the way down to the bottom. I got the ratchet strap in the way at the moment. Basically, you throw everything in the top, shake the crap out of it, and it sorts your Lego. You can find plans online on how to do this if you need one. I mentioned that I cut back on the Star Wars sets, but that doesn't mean I haven't found stuff to replace it with. I missed out on the first part of the designer series for Bricklink because I forgot about it or something. I don't remember. But anyway, I got some of the other sets. So Ominous Isle was one of my first sets. It's kind of, I need to put it back together. It's been moved around a bunch, so it's just kind of sitting over here, and I need to find a better place for it. But I've been ordering these and waiting on them to come in. Such as this set, which literally arrived today, and from the looks of people talking about it online, it is going to be a really good set to build. I have this one as well. I got it, built it, and then went on Pick-a-Brick and got a bunch of more, or ordered a bunch more troops for it, which I had already kind of done for the castle, so that the castle had more than 3 knights or troops. So I did the same with this because this didn't have that many. So part of another order to order some more Black Falcons, which I'll show you in a sec. I got some more people or minifigs, the troops to fill out this set with. So instead of just the couple it had. I got this set back up. So this is another Bricklink set. And I ordered a whole bunch of troops and parts and whatever off of Pick-a-Brick to expand the size of the number of troops that this set came with. So you can see I have more archers, some more of the crossbowmen, and then like if you come around here, I added a whole bunch more knights. I had extra people to man the trebuchet. There's 2 in there sleeping in the tent. There's 2 eating there. One guy's over here getting his weapon fixed, and a couple of guards, like one back there and one there. So the current series that just started shipping this Thieves of Tortuga, I'm expecting that for whenever it ships. It's saying it's back ordered, but it should have been. It was part of that order. I think in one of my older videos I had the Titanic sitting around in its box and I hadn't built it. I ended up getting COVID and had to call out of work, so over 3 days I put each section together and built the Titanic. So obviously over the last couple of years the new Lord of the Rings sets came out, and picked those up. Rivendell sat in the box for a while till Barad-dûr, or however you say it, showed up. I built that, and then the Shire showed up, so I put that together. So I figured since I had built both of those, I finally put the Rivendell together. I think Rivendell is the perfect way it is. I want to add a extension to the eye for the tower part on that. I'm not a purist, so I do have a little orc army that is Lego compatible, and the Shire's a good set, but I think it's the lesser of the 3 so far. I'll probably make a video about these 3, covering them a little bit more in detail. Jango Fett's Slave One, not Jango Fett's Starship, even though it says that came out. I managed to get that, put it together, and have it set up a little display with all the Boba Fett, Jango Fett stuff right here. That was a really good build. It's a vast improvement from the original, but the original is still up there as well. I was really excited about this set. Growing up in the 80s, Soundwave was a Transformer I never had. I had friends that had them. I was lucky enough to have a bunch of the other sets, but Soundwave and like Jetfire were 2 of the Gen 1 Transformers that I never had an actual version of myself. So he came out, and I was glad that they included Ravage and Laserbeak like they did with this set. And the sound brick does add to it, and they did a really good job of how they designed this set. So he was over here maybe in different parts of the video, and I actually just recently relocated him kind of over here with Wally and Eve, and to be closer to these guys. My son had a bunch of Nexo-Knight sets, and I kind of got on a kick to rebuild them because they were all broke apart, and that was to basically eat up a bunch of loose parts that were in bins from the bins that he had to store these in when we were at another location, and they were just broke apart. So I put a lot of them back together. Some of them are still missing stuff. I'm sure it's floating around in here somewhere. I think, yeah, some of them are stored right here. But they were up here on the where all this stuff is right now, but since I redid the layout, they kind of got moved to a different location. I need a new home for them. And with that, the plan is to somehow put shelves in on the bottom of this benchwork to give me more storage space. I've been thinking about that, and I haven't figured out how I want to do it yet, but eventually I'll probably do something to create more storage space, or display storage, whatever, space to be able to put stuff. So you've probably seen this throughout the video as I've been talking about the rest of the stuff. I was actually going to wait on getting this. I was kind of undecided about getting it, just with all the kind of the issues and the controversy online about it. I do like the design. It was a good build. I have my own reservations about it. It could have had less stickers. The dual molded legs thing and stuff like that isn't quite a big a issue for me, other than maybe CP30 having his silver leg. I'll probably make a video on what I think, my thoughts about this thing. So the story goes is the family and I and one of my oldest daughter's boyfriend went down to go to an escape room, and then we came out of that, went to dinner, and then, hey, let's go to the Lego store. So we went over there. They had this on display, and that wasn't sealed, so you could actually touch it. So I was kind of showing the kids about it. And then my youngest decided she wanted something, so she was getting that with her own money. And then my wife's like, go ahead and get that. And was like, no, I'm not planning on it. And it was a back and forth between me and her and the Lego employees won. And they still had the gift with purchase, which you can see right there. This was probably at least a week, I think at least a week after it had ended online. So I threw down some points to make it considerably cheaper, because that's another issue. Shouldn't be $1,000. I only think this is a $900 set. But I ended up with it, brought it home. I was gonna try to do a family build with it, since the way it's how you build it, but I ended up putting it together, and the family build didn't work out. But I'll probably make a video about this specifically, just because it's the newest set, and or like the newest Star Wars set that everybody's talking about, and kind of give my thoughts about it, because I've seen the picture of the prototype, and I think they could have changed things around and improved stuff. Well, this video is probably going to be a few minutes long, so I'm going to wrap it up here. That's kind of what's going on in the Lego room. So if you have any questions about anything, leave them down in the comments, and stay tuned for some more specific videos that I'm going to see about making about some sets and stuff. Later.